Okay, about 2 to 4 hours ago, we actually got the reveal of, it's more of a tease, of Persona 5 The Royal. Now, what this obvious is making it seem like to be is the Golden, similar to Persona 4 Golden, but the Royal, I guess, edition of Persona 5, which I'm feeling is really, really cool. It's about what I expected, if I'm being honest. You know, with Persona 4 Golden being P4G, and now we have a P5R. It just made the most sense to me. And in Japan, it's called Persona 4 The Golden, and I guess they just kept it with the West for it to be the Royal instead of just being Persona 5 Royal, which I feel sounds a little bit better. But this isn't mainly about that. This is an unscripted, looking at the trailer. It's only 45 seconds. I know I had the reaction already recorded, but I decided to not go ahead and upload that. And I mean, it's just a teaser. It's 45 seconds. And I feel like there wasn't that much substance in there, but I feel like there's a lot hiding behind the scenes. So I kind of want to go over that instead of just making some long script about it and just go over with you and show you what I'm seeing myself. So when the trailer starts off, and you can actually tell this is actually Akechi. You guys know Goro Akechi from Persona 5, his Japanese voice actor, and it's him saying, what do you think of the Phantom Thieves? Right now we don't know who he's talking to, but he's asking someone, you know, as a detective, what do you think of the Phantom Thieves? Which is a pretty common question. And then the girl goes and responds to this shortly after. I think saving people is a wonderful thing, but if anything, I don't like them. The Phantom Thieves' methods really is world reformation. And this is something I really wanted to point out. So from what we've seen so far, like right around here, we can already tell it's a girl. She's wearing a skirt, everything. We can see her a little bit right here too. Now she is a girl with red hair. Now at first when I was seeing her, right, maybe around this frame right here, I was kind of thinking, is this like in this right here? I was like, is this Shiho? Like, because I always felt that Shiho got a little bit more attention in Persona 5 than On did, because even though it was On's arc, it kind of felt like Shiho's arc, but I kind of let that slide anyway. But this is definitely a different character. It's got to be a different character. And it just makes sense because she doesn't really look that much like Shiho, and her hair is a different color, and I don't think Shiho would randomly dye her hair red, mainly because dyeing your hair a different color in Japan normally is a symbol of rebellion, and Shiho kind of ended off on a good note, so I don't really think she'd have a reason to do something like that. So I've seen some people, you know, throwing some theories around it being Shiho. I really don't think it's Shiho, but definitely her reason for saying she doesn't like the Phantom Thieves is kind of symbolizing something deeper here. I feel that I don't think this could be a female protagonist for numerous different reasons, because first off, she's a first year. No Persona MC has ever been a first year, and I feel if this is a golden equivalent to Persona 5, I feel like they wouldn't necessarily take away from the original story, but only add to it. And because she's a first year, I feel like that really kind of confirms that for me, because I was kind of wondering, okay, if it's literally just a gender swap and maybe change around the dialogue of what people say, then that would be great. But the fact that she's a first year now means that this is a totally different character. This is not a female Joker, I'd say. Not necessarily that she's not a female protagonist, but she's not a female Joker. She's at a completely different grade. As you can see, her badge says 1, meaning she's a first year, while Joker's badge says 2, meaning he's a second year. As all, like I said, Persona MCs are, and they go to the same school. Now, she really doesn't like the the Phantom Thieves, and what's really strange about that is she agrees with helping people. She knows that the Phantom Thieves are helping people, but the fact that the method that they're choosing to do it, she doesn't feel like they're actually saving them. I guess breaching people's privacy and going within their mind and forcibly changing them isn't necessarily saving them. And then after that, she goes on to say, to fix that, you know, people's bad intentions and things like that, it's ultimately up to the person themselves. So she feels that these people should be on their own getting better, you know, seeing therapists and all this other stuff, rather than having someone forcibly change who they are. Because I doubt Kamoshida would have made amends on his own without the Phantom Thieves stepping in, because obviously he had been doing this for a while and he nearly drove Shiho to commit suicide. So I highly believe that that's the case. And since she's talking to Akechi right here, I don't necessarily know where this is actually taking place. Now, it's a bit strange to really think this, and if this is a golden equivalent to Persona 5, what I'm thinking is, like I said before, I don't think they would take away from the original Persona 5 if it's kind of supposed to be an expansion from the original. I feel like they would keep the main story generally the same as it was, but add more to it. And I feel like instead of just playing as Joker the whole game, there'll be many segments of the game where after doing certain things and events, we'll end up switching to this girl. And then we'll end up, right now we'll just call her Jane, because as you know, for Smash 4, when Joker got leaked, they data mined Smash Ultimate, when Joker got announced, they actually found another swap of Joker, and it was called Jane, and Joker's codename is Jack, and now we have Jane. So it may really confirms that this girl will likely be in the game too. Now again, this is kind of an announcement. We had an announcement for this announcement, and now this is an announcement for something that's coming in April. But I really do think that this is going to be something big. I feel that this is not a female main character. It doesn't make any sense. If this was a female main character or a female Joker per se, I feel like it should keep the original story, but through the perspective if Joker was a girl, you know? Say Ryuji would maybe have a love interest for the female main character or something, because he didn't for Joker, but he may for this girl, and it would change dialogue that he has with them because of it. But because she's in a different year, she doesn't even have the same ideals as them, because all the Phantom Thieves are obviously okay with what they're doing. She is completely against that, and she's even telling Akechi why she thinks so. Now, that's the biggest reason why I don't think she's going to be a female protagonist. I do think that she will be a main character. I do think she'll be even playable, but I do not think she's going to be this female Joker per se. So I really do think that, and this is, I think, calling Ryugoku Sumo Hall from the Phantom Thieves, this is kind of a note. I think this is just literally just a letter to the viewers right now, saying where they're gonna unveil this next trailer. So I think this is going to be the big one, because we've already had an announcement for an announcement for an announcement now, and I doubt they just give us another really small teaser. Now, I do know that the Persona 5 the animation is going to be having an OVA that's going to be mainly starring Akechi. Now, I don't know particularly what will entail, but apparently it may have an alternate ending to that of the actual Persona 5 game. Now, that could mean just about anything, honestly. And that's what kind of makes me nervous about it. I'm all about alternate endings and everything, but will that alternate ending of that OVA tie into Persona 5 The Royal? That's what really gets me curious. Now, more than likely, I think it would go something like this. If it does tie in, I feel like this scenario would kind of be likely, where, say, they don't end up thwarting Akechi and everyone, the villains of this game, and say they do end up getting caught. Say Joker ends up spilling the beans, or they end up getting information from Joker, and the rest of the Phantom Thieves end up getting caught, and or this girl is actually an accomplice for Akechi, and Akechi is able to catch the rest of them because this girl is doing reconnaissance at their school. And that would make a lot of sense too, because I feel like she'd stand out a lot easier as she's a first year, and she'd be able to keep tabs on them a lot easier than I feel Makoto would. And especially since I feel like she has such a big tie, and there's got to be a reason for her even speaking with Akechi right now anyway. I doubt that Akechi just came to her in general. I feel like maybe Akechi noticed certain things about her behavior around certain people. Maybe by this time Akechi already knows who the Phantom Thieves are, and now he kind of wants a perspective from somebody who may not know who they are, but what exactly they think about them, as the feelings of the Phantom Thieves really wavers throughout the game depending on where you're actually at. But the fact that she doesn't like them and doesn't approve what they're doing, but does agree that they're helping people, she may feel the need to take things into their own hands. Now, I feel like without any relevance like that, I doubt she'd just be Akechi's accomplice. I feel like there's not enough gameplay there for that to happen. It's kind of like in an RPG, adding stealth sections. This is going to be really off topic, but kind of like Spider-Man PS4. You're over here web slinging and everything as Spider-Man, then all of a sudden you're playing as Mary Jane doing stealth sections. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's like, okay, well, I wish there was a little bit more here. So I feel like she's more than likely going to take things into their own hands and maybe possibly try to start interacting and putting herself in danger for these people. Say Kamoshida, she may start directly interacting with Kamoshida to try to get him to change on his own, maybe being a guide for him or something, would obviously put her in danger because Kamoshida really targets women. So that's just a little bit of speculation on my part. What do you guys think? Do you actually think this is just a female Joker? Do you think this is a female protagonist? And by protagonist, I mean that would be you could choose to play as her over Joker. I wouldn't necessarily call Ryuji a protagonist. He's a main character, but he's not a protagonist like Joker or Yunaru Kami or Makoto Yuki were. So let me know if you guys think she's a main character instead, a female Joker, a protagonist. Let me know what you guys think, or if you agree with what I said, or if you have your own theories, or you've heard some other theories from other people, put it all down in the comments. I know this video was definitely unlike a lot of stuff that I do, because I mainly do discussions, and I'm kind of all over the place with this video as there's not a lot to go on. So I'm kind of just speculating and I wanted to get this out of my head right now because whole squad's over here asleep or at school or something, and I'm just like, okay, I gotta get all this out of my head because I've got all these theories like a hurricane all inside my head, and I'd love to be able to hear what you guys have to say too. Definitely let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button for me. I really would appreciate all the support you guys have on this video, as I definitely have some more Persona videos cooking up. So if you're a fan of Persona 5, Persona 3, Persona 4, let me know. I'd love to be able to cover more games in this series, as it is one of my favorite video game series. Persona, Legend of Zelda, Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy are my favorite series. So hit the subscribe button if you're new and you haven't already. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is KingdomAce, and remember, my loyal knights, to always fly skyward.